Top 5. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button. And for my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave, who's ultimately tired because it's ultimately like 11:30. And it's actually my dad's birthday today. My fingers are probably gonna be ashy, who knows. It's my dad's birthday today. I just got home. It's 11 p.m. We were at my dad's house the whole time, just, you know, having chats, enjoying my dad's birthday. He just turned 60, so you know what I mean? And now I just got home and I told myself, ah man, let me just film this tomorrow. But you know what I like to do? I like to put things off until tomorrow. And I know that if I put it off until tomorrow, I'm probably not gonna record it. So here I am, barefaced, 11 p.m, having the food that I should have had at 7 p.m, okay? Now, if you guys are new here today, you know how this works. Judging by the title of the video, you guys know exactly what I'm gonna talk about, but I just need to give you guys a heads up. If you guys don't like chewing sounds, I would highly suggest you click off at this point because my mic normally intensifies those chewing sounds. So for a lot of people who watch my content, they know that Naledi likes to chew, and therefore you will hear chewing sounds, okay? This meal is not too enticing, but it was really good. Look out for the TikTok I'm gonna drop from this particular place because they make really good food. But anyway, without rambling too much, child, I think I overheated my food. Okay, so I got spatchcock chicken earlier, and when I got it earlier, initially I wasn't so hungry, but now I realized that I'm eating too much chicken. I'm eating so much chicken. Oh my goodness, but it's too good. Okay, first bite, let's go. Before we get into this tea, no, that's really good. Whatever sauce they put on this chicken alongside these veggies, life-changing. But the food is just not hot enough for me. Like, it's not burning my mouth. I don't know, I'm one of those people who likes my food hot. Judging by the title of the video, you guys know what we're gonna talk about today. And side note, I just want to put out a disclaimer. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, and I'm expecting it. Some people are going to go, oh, Naledi, no, you're too old to be talking about this. This is so above you. This is, you know, don't do this, don't do that. Why are we talking about these kids? Oh my God, they're just pretending. Oh my God, you're 36. Probably, and that might probably be right. However, I wasn't gonna take on the task of reviewing what was going on, but until I saw the recently released video, the YouTube video that I was urged to watch, I then decided that I need to put on my Sherlock Holmes cap and I need to investigate. And we need to sit down, grab our food, and start talking about whether we are witnessing an actual literal breakdown or whether we're being bamboozled, okay? And I think we deserve the right to know. And judging by me, Nage, my fortune-telling skills on this app, it's not too far-fetched that I do this. Look, guys, I'm not in the business of doing entertainment gossip, but I am in the business of reviewing like reality TV. And this gave the whole Blue Therapy South African edition, okay? Like, I was completely shook. Guys, my 2000 ketang when it comes to content, like, I actually am sitting befuddled, discombobulated, shook, flabbergasted. I don't know what other words to use to describe the shock and confusion that has been happening over the past week and a half, all right? So obviously, ooh, I need hot sauce. Guys, I'm gonna use my favorite Samyang hot sauce. Now this is that Baldak carbonara. If you guys know, I love those hot noodles. Like, I really love them so much. I got it like the sauce in a bottle. I was like, this is the kind of hot sauce I was talking about. This is what God meant when he said hot sauce. I chicken licking. I understand me no concept. Yes, the chicken licking sauce is just, it's no. Let's get into it. Judging from everything that's happened in the past 7 days, 7 days is a very, very small time frame. If you guys are on social media, which you are, and by the way, another disclaimer, for all the older audience that's gonna judge me on some why are you entertaining kids drama, I just need you guys to know that you only make up 3% of my audience. The kids make up 97% of my audience. So I'm gonna need you to shut it. So, as far as we know, What happened in the past few days, or what transpired in the past few days, or when at least I caught wind onto the story, was a live that was created by this beautiful, beautiful girl. Her name is Jai. Well, I don't know if that's a real name, but she calls herself Jai Amora on social media. Beautiful girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Now, I wake up on Sunday. I wake up, birds are chirping. You know, all this imaginary music is playing in my head. And I wake up and I see videos of this girl who was on a live, and she was obviously bawling her eyes out, right? And so I'm like, as soon as I obviously click on this video and I see this girl, I'm like, no, I've definitely seen this girl before. I have seen this girl before, right? And it only hit me like after the digging of the story where I realized where I saw her, and was actually at the awards. I see Jai, she's definitely bawling her eyes out. She's bawling her eyes out. She's obviously in disbelief, and the reason she's in disbelief is because her supposed boyfriend, Kanya, also known as Ghost Hlubi, is back with Seemah. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. No, I'm not laughing at the situation. Must I be like, do I have a calling? Because this year I've been too right. Like, do I have a calling? I see this beautiful girl, she's crying on social media. I'm like, no man, I've seen this girl before. And then I obviously start digging. I find out that Ghost Hlubi and Seemah are back together. Now, for any of you who don't know who any of these characters are, Ghost Hlubi is a very, very popular South African YouTuber. Now, Ghost is popular for a variety of things, but I think the one thing he is generally popular for is, you know, like those funny prank videos on YouTube. He's done a lot of couples content, and you know, he's just really popular for doing all this kind of popular YouTube content. And when I say popular YouTube content, I'm not saying that it's what's trending at the moment, but I'm saying it's that he's done this content for a while, so we associate it with him. So couples pranks, right? He dated this girl and her name is Seemah. Now Seemah also in her own right is a popular TikToker. She's got just under 2 million followers on TikTok, and you know, she's become very popular in her own right. She's a singer now. She has a song out. And it's safe to say that Seemah has also built her own brand in her own right. Now, I'm not exactly sure in the timelines of how long Seemah and Ghost were dating, nor am I sure of what was Seemah's popularity status before she met Ghost and as of right now. But I will share what I do know in the time frame where I got to know the supposed couple. I've always known of Ghost because I knew him alongside a group of other boys who did very similar YouTube content, but somehow Ghost kind of took his own routes. He shot up. Kudos to him. I've seen him do a lot of great things on, well, for himself in terms of, you know, getting himself really cool cars, buying a really nice house. He's definitely been the very aspirational YouTuber to the young audience. You understand? He's done very, what I would call outlandish content. And I say outlandish because I just feel like my older audience, me, people would go, "Aye, but what's this happening?" It's not the same as the younger audience who would receive it in a more, you know, in a more like endearing way, where they actually enjoy this content, they enjoy what's going on. A lot of his content was very controversial. It had a lot of, you know, love, hate, whatever the case may be. But what we couldn't hate on is the fact that he was taking off, okay? He was taking off, he was doing really well. But I think where Ghost really took a turn for basically the pinnacle of what his career is now is when he was in a relationship with this girl Seemah. Now Seemah was always a big TikToker, very funny girl. She's now also part of the MacG podcast and chill family. They have their own show called Spreading Humors alongside Zile and Yanda Woods. And honestly, in her own right as an individual, she's also very, very popular. She's very, very what's the word? Full of life. She's also a very great social media character as an individual. So I will be honest and say I don't know where their love kind of birthed, but I got to know them as a unit, and that's when they obviously started dating, started doing these pranks and stuff. Now, they were controversial for some time. I don't know how long they dated, but they did date for quite some time, because throughout the course of them dating, no, it's not dating because they dated, but throughout the course of them dating, they obviously created a lot of content together, a lot of pranks, a lot of doing nice stuff, good gestures. And I think it's safe to say that, or I'd like to believe, that Seemah is the longest, is the one girl that Ghost dated the longest on a public platform and genuinely loved. They came together as individuals and they created what we could call a power couple. Not Beyonce and Jay-Z, actually probably for the youth, probably. It's like a double trouble. Like, it's just bringing 2 million followers from TikTok, bringing 500,000 of followers from YouTube, and kind of meshing that together into what is kind of like the power force of 2000 content, you understand? So I had to give them kudos where it was due. Like, they were creating content that actually had us grannies and grandfathers on our feed on TikTok, on Twitter, and we're on some, what the hell is going on here? What's the smashing past this? What the moral police? We don't like this. Like, and honestly, to be really honest, we came from a different time, guys. We obviously weren't exposed to all of that, so we're just as dumbfounded. But they obviously cultivated their audience, and I have to give them dap words too. And eventually, somewhere down the line, they break up. And I'm not, like I said, as much as I appreciate both their content individually, I swayed more towards Seemah's, because Seemah is on TikTok, it's short form content, and she does a lot different content from Ghost. Ghost content is not content I felt I could really relate with at the time for very obvious reasons. Like, I just didn't relate to that content that he was producing. When they broke up, I was dumbfounded, because I was just like, when did they break up? How is this happening? What's actually going on? Seemah decides to go on a social media rant where she decides to expose the realities of the content that they created, exposing the fact that no, some of the things that we showcased on YouTube were curated. They were not real. And you guys obviously saw that where she spoke about how she practiced how to faint. Seemah, when I get you. Yes, Seemah, we are activists. You chose the wrong profession. No, actually, she chose the perfect profession. Like, Seemah should get into acting. It's definitely up her alley. So obviously, there was a video that Ghost released where he had bought Seemah a car and she fainted, and she spoke about that, how she faked it, and she basically went on an expose where she exposed the fact that some of the things that were done there were not as real as we claim they are, because we obviously supported them. Fine, so they break up. Fast forward to what happened a week ago, because I guess nobody cares about that part, but we needed that context so you guys can understand what happened. Fast forward to a week ago, I'm at the Sasmas. I see Ghost. He's looking dapper. Boys is there with his girls. The girl is sweet. She looks put together. She looks so cute. She actually looked so good. Shame, man. I'm not gonna take that away from her. She looked like such a sweet. You know, is umuntu maumpega, and you're just like, wow, man. What a wonderful, sweet girl, you know? I don't know her personally, maybe a lawyer, but from what I gauged from that girl off the bat, she was very sweet. She seemed like a very, very sweet girl. And I'm talking about Jay here. Because obviously, I saw them at the Sasmas and we just ironically happened to be sitting at the same table. I didn't really make any conversation with her. Nobody really made conversation. I was making conversation with the people that I was sitting next to. She was on the other side with her partner, and that was all great. And I was happy for Ghost, and Seemah that night was performing, and I was happy for Seemah, you know what I mean? It goes to show how difficult it was. Like, not for me. I'm just saying, you know, guys, if I had to watch Drake perform, I'd go to the toilet. Like, I would definitely be as petty McPettiskin or whatever. But anyway, fine. Not that the word petty McPettiskin exists. But shortly after that, and now here's the other clapback. On the night of the awards, I don't know if this video was released. I don't know if it had been released. I follow all the young content creators. I follow Ghost, I follow Zila, I follow Seemah. I follow all the young YouTubers. So at the time that these awards were being released, I didn't see shit unless they were released strategically on the Sunday of the awards. And keep that in mind. A video gets released where obviously we see Seemah and Ghost being interviewed with one another by Zile. Zile man. So obviously that video comes out where Seemah and Zile are being, well, Seemah and Ghost are being interviewed by Zile, and then ultimately the picture comes out, and that picture is of Ghost and Seemah. They even did a collaboration post. Yes, they even did a collaboration post, bro. They were like, this is Ghost and this is Seemah. Like, you see these two people? It's Ghost and it's Seemah. It's Naledi and it's Drake. It's not even a case of Seemah posted it and tagged no one and left it for us to decipher in her mind. When I clicked onto my Instagram page, the first thing I saw was Seemah, hands wrapped around Ghost. No, and then let's say, let's talk me. Spume manje, weekend, manje, maloba banyana, student manje loba banyana, student Saturday or Friday. So throughout the course of the week, I still hadn't seen the video where Seemah and Ghost were coming together to talk about what went wrong. Of which, guys, there's a lot of things that I do on my YouTube channel, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for watching all these relationships break down, pick up. This is why I'm saying it's giving flipping blue therapy. Like, are we the joke? As South Africa, do you guys care what you're putting us through as a nation? Okay? Not that really like it's a nation per se, but I'm saying, you know, obviously 24 downwards to 18. Do you care what you're putting us through? I hadn't seen that video. I see the pictures drop, and I literally saw the pictures on the Saturday morning or the Sunday morning of Fandi Live. Click Fandi Instagram, do a refresh. Zaga, Bepo. I'm like, what the actual ultimate fuck? Now, bear in mind, at that time, I didn't even know that Ghost was in a relationship. No one, I don't know anything about Ghost. So it comes out, and then the girl's crying, Seemah's back with Ghost, and now she's crying on a live, and whatever. Now, let me say this. Seeing Jay cry was heartbreaking. It really was heartbreaking. Like, guys, heartbreak will dev you at any point of the month, okay? It'll dev you mid-poop. It'll dev you like just at 8:15 as you like getting ready for work. It'll dev you mid-traffic. Sometimes it'll literally just dev you in the midst of a meeting where you remember that you're in that meeting and now you don't know where he is. He hasn't answered your text, so you probably know he's cheating on you. Like, it just catches you at these very awkward moments, you know? I really don't blame Jay for going live. I really don't. I mean, obviously in hindsight now, as any normal human being, you know that whenever you do shit like that, it's gonna be content, right? And this is where the questions come into play. Whenever you do that, someone's gonna screen record, someone's gonna take it, someone's gonna run with it. And I am so thankful to God that no one's ever done that with my lives. But I'm always very strategic about what I say on my lives. So if you're going onto my lives for tea, you'll never find it. Ever. I don't spill. Not on a live. Because you sure as hell can't edit that shit. Now, I obviously felt sorry for Jay. But in that live, she mentions, hey, Seemah, hey, you were doing this, you were hugging me, knowing very well that sneaky link, and hey, wow. And honestly, I think the wrong thing that she did, and she does admit to it in the other video, is that blaming Seemah was never gonna get you nowhere. I just think that was obviously an offside from Jay, but I guess when you're in your feelings, it's warranted, but that was shit that she should have told her friends. Because now telling Instagram, when 3,000 people are watching, That was some crazy business. Like, Jay, kudos to your friends. Actually, kudos to your actual friends for telling you, nah, cut the life. Cut! He doesn't care, Chomi. He doesn't care, Chomi. Please, yeah, he taught me the Bible. You guys watch the Bible, you went to go recently to helicopter, you guys literally video called, you video recorded while you guys are on the anaconda. I don't know how you guys did that. Kudos to you guys. You guys are better people than I'll ever be. Understand? You guys are wearing matching tops, matching outfits, matching sneakers, matching Cuban links. Like, of course I'd also catch me links if that were the setup. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, personally for me, Jay, I get you. Like, I get you. I get why you went off on that live. However, the only mistake you made was trying to rope Seemah into this. That's the only thing I'll say. But other than that, and I keep on matching Palm Angels tops. That was a bit. I loved it a bit. Anyway, I'm talking Palm Angels. Anyway, then Seemah comes back. She now releases a video. Seemah, girl, when I catch you, now obviously, I try my best not to be biased because I know Seemah, alright? I've had the opportunity to collaborate with her. I think she's fantastic. I've obviously seen her fallout with a couple of people on social media. One of them being someone else that I really like, but obviously I don't know Seemah well enough to be able to judge her for actions, nor would I call her out. We are not that close, you understand? But off the bat, from her persona, love her. I'm just not a fan of some of the decisions that she makes, especially when it comes to like responding, retaliating, saying some shit on social media. But then again, when has being the bigger person ever helped me? Like, I've seen some like of her previous friendships transpire, and at times I'll be like, nah, this is not the way to move. You know what I mean? But I also am not in any position to judge anyone that I don't know personally. Judge anyone whose character I don't truly know. So from what I've experienced, love her. Think she's great. Think she's a great girlie. So I find Seemah decides to release a TikTok. Seemah decides to then tell us how she didn't do anything wrong and she asked Ghost on the show if he's seeing anyone, and Ghost said no. Ghost said yeah, na single, yeah, na pro, one man, not moving with anybody, moving with Jesus Christ. And honestly, baby girl, that's when you should have caught it. I'm so sorry. But him saying that on a podcast that big should have alerted you to the reality of what was happening. Yes, I mean, I've told previous partners of mine in the past that, hey, at times I have to say I'm single because I really don't want people up in my business. But you are right. The fact that he had posted you on multiple occasions, he shouldn't have turned around and said he was single. What was that? What was that? You understand what I'm saying? Seemah goes off. Seemah's like, I am not the demon that you're meant to fight with. Hey man, this man said he was single. This man came back to me and then I'm no, nah, Are you sure you and Ghost didn't have a conversation about making money again? Are you sure? Real talk. I just want to ask this question. Are you and Ghost sure you guys didn't have any conversation about getting together and making money again? Because something about this just seems too I have no dispute against the fact that I know that they love each other, right? Even how Seemah spoke about Ghost, saying, you don't know Kanya, you know Ghost. And I was like, nah, you're right though. You're right though. But I'm questioning the validity of their getting back together based on what they've both been saying. Now, Seemah releases those TikToks. They seem very they seem quite like umuntu agana not unembeza, but like no sympathy. They seem quite unsympathetic. They seem like, I am not your problem. We are not friends. I had no business with you. Which, Seemah, on your end, come on, girl. Nah, not like this. I was like, you can say that you want him back without having to say, we're not friends. I don't owe you any loyalty. I'm not a thing. Nigga, you saw this nigga with her on Sunday. Why are you guys texting each other still? He took her to the awards, Seemah. Seemah, I xoxo. Because if you are, then I know with xoxo, your heart is located somewhere like by your lower ribs, where you guys just don't give a fuck. Because there's no way in your right mind you make that TikTok thinking, yeah, I mean, I fucking powerful. Come on. Now we pela Ghost man beskala, metaphorically, of course. Beskala, since I goes too wrong, and he faked it, and he was like, why? I'm too invested in this bullshit. I really need to find a boyfriend or a hobby because I can't be this invested in some bullshit. But it's some really good bullshit, you know what I mean? So, for you to turn around and say that was like, it was mind-boggling because it was like, come on. You needed to be a little bit more sympathetic than that, Seemah. Like, I'm not laughing at the fact that I'm laughing with you. I'm laughing and why? Come on, Seemah, you were fucked up for that. I'ma give you that. You were so fucked up for that. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it was what you said. It was your delivery. It was your tone. It was maramina. I'm koloti next. And to be really honest, true, I'm koloti next. But Seemah, you could have at least defended yourself without somewhat being cruel about the situation. You came across as cruel, like, and at some point I was just like, okay, so you and Ghost have obviously had this tension of wanting each other back. You love each other, great stuff, good, perfect. But that was not the way to do it. And then just when I thought Uguti Jay is the victim in all of this, then the video comes out on, I think I saw the video of where it went wrong or something. And now Jay is on a couch. Jay is on a couch. Jai Amora, by the way. This is after she's been bawling her eyes out on the socials, talking about how, you know, Ghost has been, so she hasn't been saying anything since the live. I think obviously she's also been like bringing herself towards herself. I think her friend said, girl. So I get tugu. Next minute Jay is on the couch talking to Ghost. Wangyanyisa lapho ke. That was a waste of my genuine, heartfelt sympathy for you, Jay, for a multitude of fucking reasons. I think what put me off, essentially, is seeing a video where Jai Amora, that being you, girl, is on a couch with the supposed ex who made you cry, who made you sob, who made you wail. You're now on a couch. You're demanding answers. In front of a camera. This is when I knew that this is no longer blue therapy. No, this is no longer a real relationship we're watching unfold. This is blue therapy, guys. Ghost came up with this, okay? This is where I realized Ghost is the mastermind here. Ghost is literally the Joker, okay? He definitely, Trump card or something or anything. This was an accurately devised plan From the moment that I saw that notification pop up, obviously because now I've been trying to catch up on what's going on, I see this and like what really happened. And now it's them sitting on a couch, it's giving blue therapy. There's someone in the background with a beautiful voice, by the way. Some gents in the background asking, okay, how's everybody feeling? How are you feeling, Jay? How are you feeling, cuz? What happened? I'm like, you know what? You gonna piss me the fuck off. All those emotions I felt feeling bad for you, and now you're sitting on the same couch allowing yourself to be recorded. Clearly, you were looking for sympathy votes. You were looking for sympathy votes. And then I was like, you know, Naledi, don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe she's really going through some things. Maybe she's genuinely in such a heartache state of mind that she allowed herself to sit next to a very ex who hurt her, next to another guy in front of a camera to express their feelings, to be put on Ghost channel, to be monetized by Ghost. The very same guy who embarrassed her by getting back with his ex. She allowed that guy to sit down and have an interview with him, with her, and a camera where it could live on that guy's channel. So not only did he cheat on you, while you guys are exclusive, he then monetized off what was left of the ashes of your heart. Nah, I'll start my own YouTube channel and drag him. It be tickets. As a matter of fact, there's no ex of me who's gonna go up against me, because you will never win. You will never, ever, ever. I urge and I dare any of my exes to try that messy shit with me. May the best man win. So from that moment on, from the moment I saw that video and them sitting together, I stopped having any sort of sympathy for Jay. Like, I was just like, okay, clearly she's a part of this. Clearly she's making a cut from this. I don't know what cut she's making, if she is making a cut. I'd really like to believe she isn't. I'd really like to believe she wanted to tell her story, but I'd also like to believe that she wouldn't want it to play out like that. If she's this person that supposedly liked Kanye for who he is, supposedly really wanted to be with him for his inner spirit and soul, why would you want to have a debrief, talk to him on camera? I know for a fact that you know the camera is there because there was a guy behind the camera asking you guys questions. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no way in God's green earth you can tell me you didn't know when you came there what the setup was. So already, girl, it went from I'm feeling so sorry for you to I hope that Ghost cuts you a good check because my sister, you can act. You understand? How you can act, Gesana? I mean, I already knew Seemah can act. She fainted on camera. So I guess you were just coming for the top spot. Or not. So obviously, I was feeling those emotions, so I clicked the video. I was just like, you know, this is ridiculous. These kids have definitely done it again. They've bamboozled us. So I watched the video. And when I watched the video, these are the important messages that were conveyed. One, they were not dating. They were exclusive. I don't know what the fuck exclusive means. I don't know where they get these terms. I don't know since when, like, you know, our younger brothers and sisters are using exclusive all willy-nilly, like it's just poof. I don't know what exclusive is. I'll probably drop it somewhere down here. But to be exclusive would actually mean, according to what Jay said, exclusive means we're not official, but we're not seeing other people, right? One. Two, they were not dating. So technically speaking, all the theatrics that were pulled by Jay were unwarranted. According to the technicalities, if we bring the referee in, especially that referee that was refereeing between France and South Africa, not him. Let's not bring that motherfucker in. Let's bring the motherfucker in between New Zealand and South Africa, because that motherfucker knew his job. So, if you bring a referee in to really identify the technicalities of this, what you need to know is one, they were exclusive, they were not dating. Two, it was only a period of 4 weeks, which is a month. Which is literally from the 1st of November to the 30th of November. So as I'm watching even more, I'm like, this This is blue therapy scripted down to the T. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wait, are you telling me, Jay, that you had only been speaking to Ghost for a month and you got to a point where it was so devastating for you? However, I will give her this benefit of the doubt. This could have only occurred if Jay had liked Ghost prior to dating him. So if she had liked him for a long time, maybe he was her crush, or maybe, I don't even flipping know, but there must have been something way before 4 weeks, because unless there are really people that fall in love in such a short period of time. And also, let's not exclude the fact that Ghost could have love bombed her. Like, Ghost could have literally love bombed her, because from what we saw from the videos and the messages and this and going to the awards, helicopter, but you will anaconda. I am for the camp. I've never even got to go to see the heli, dog. Like, cafe, like a koloi, and you know, for a line, and sometimes we try to bribe our way to the front. But getting there in a helicopter, walking there in matching tees, taking pictures, being on the anaconda, and risking your iPhone to video record that shit, being on what looked like a boat, a nice little boat with a verbiage, and I was tweaking or whatever. You know, I only found out about that song like 3 months prior. But anyway, all I'm saying is, from what we have witnessed, could it be easy to say that she really fell for him? Yeah, fair. Because I believe that if it was such a short amount of time, then it is possible that Ghost could have love bombed her. And by love bomb, it could have been someone who comes and just really bombards you and showers you with all these affectionate gestures that you literally become blindsided and you can't tell if you really like this person or you're just really living in the moment. And the thing about love bombing is that it's really closely associated with narcissistic characters. And it's okay, you guys don't need to know this part, because I'm just really just throwing like gems of wisdom because I'm old. But I've dated someone who's love bombed me. I've dated someone within the first few weeks just showcased me with so much love that I had no choice but to think I was in love with this person, right? And then the first mistake that this person made, or when the abusive traits started kicking in, it was too late for me to back out. And it was too late for me to back out emotionally because I was so invested. So I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that she could have fallen in love because she could have been love bombed, okay? But I also want to say, girl, stand up, stand up, stand up. Anyway, guys, Sana, the other part here was that Sana, they met at a party. They met at someone's mansion. While they were talking there, they were asking Ghost, how long have you known? He's like 3 weeks. She's like 4. I'm like, yo, Mama, you were in it by yourself. You were in it to win it, really. And I'll have to commend Ghost on being honest about the fact that he was still in love with his ex. You know? However, do I think an inkling of me thinks that Ghost is still kind of coming together with Seemah to create more content for profitable purposes? Yeah. When it boils down to the thick of it, I think Ghost and Seemah do love each other. I think they met each other at a very fragile time in their content careers and as individuals, but they kind of soared as a couple. However, splitting up was fine for the both of them. No one really kind of, you know, took a toll or tanked. If anything, they also soared as individuals. However, the truth is, there is so much money that is being made in couple content. There's so much money being made in couples content. Or they could be taking us for a ride and not really getting back together and just creating this as a stunt. So it's one of two things. It's either they really love each other, they got back together, or it's either they actually not getting back together. This was just an elaborate plan by the both of them because they both just understand how to capture and contain and maintain the audience, and they've decided to devise this plan by the two of them, obviously making Jay the victim, or they roped Jay in They told her what her cut was, and they told her, you better give the best performance of your motherfucking life. Okay? So tell me which one you think it is. Comment down below. I mean, I definitely didn't touch my veggies at all. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. The girlies and the boys are keeping us entertained. But comment down below on who you think is the real villain here. Do you think the villain is Ghost? Do you think the villain is Ghost and Seemah? Or do you think the villain could be Ghost, Seemah and Jai? Comment down below. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much, and goodbye.